Perfect. Well, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to
Yeah.
meet up with us. This is awesome to have a chance to talk to you guys.
Totally.
So I know Playlist kind of just started, but how's it going for you guys so far, interacting with everyone?
It is busy.
It's very busy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's a little overwhelming. Like, I don't know. I didn't expect to meet so many people. I didn't think we would see that many people.
I didn't
but
either. Yeah.
It's been pretty. I mean, the main reason that we're here is just to see our viewers. So,
Yeah, that's been awesome.
yeah, it's great to like see these people who comment on our videos all the time. So
Right,
it's
put a
nice.
face to the name.
Yeah,
and
put a
just
face
like,
to the name.
yeah, and have that experience, that reaction.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
And then even like the opposite too, because I feel like I try to be really engaged with our viewers, so I remember a lot of comments. You know, people comment the same things, but then what?
the coffee
The
machine.
coffee maker.
Oh.
I'm
It's all
so
good.
Sorry. I feel so
Coffee
bad.
makers farting over there.
Sorry guys, so unofficial. Okay.
But yeah, no,
Not the baby.
I think it's also cool because I feel like a lot of these people don't comment sometimes, you know.
Okay.
So it's like you're meeting people
Yeah,
that you didn't even know watched.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then in terms of panels, do you guys have any of that kind of stuff going on? Are you speaking on any panels?
We're doing one together.
Okay.
Tell me about that.
Oh, whoops. Wow, there's that. Sorry. Thank God for editing.
This is
I hope.
this is how interviews with families go. First family YouTuber interview. Yeah, so we're doing a couple different panels here. Well, so we're doing one together called Families on YouTube, and it's with some other families on YouTube. And yeah, it's just kind of talking about what that's like, putting your life out there, exploiting your kids on the internet, that kind of thing.
I mean, what is that like when you have a kid? Does that
It's-
change anything?
Yeah, I mean, like people like watching families, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like we found like a lot of our viewers, in some ways, a lot of them just like to watch our videos, but then some of them come from like broken families, or maybe they, someone died in their family. So a lot of times they'll comment like, man, this makes me wish I had a family like that. And so it's really cool to hear these stories of people that kind of get,
Yeah.
attached that way. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, it's just fun to film our kids, and it's fun to go back and watch like what we were doing a year ago, or to just see how they've grown even in a few months. Like it's just
I know. That's one of our favorite things to do, is just be really pretentious people and
watch
watch our
our
videos.
videos.
But we seriously do. Sometimes we'll be like, what were we doing a year ago? How old was Audrey? What did she look like? Let's go watch a video.
And Audrey loves watching herself. Like she was like, see Audrey.
Yeah, we've
So
trained our toddler to love
to be
herself.
very pretentious.
Yeah.
But that's perfect. I love that it's like actually something you guys really love and like connect to and
Yeah.
enjoy going back to.
Yeah, it's definitely a family affair for sure. So,
And so tell us a little bit about the beginning. Like, why did you decide to start uploading onto YouTube?
well, there's this other family on YouTube called the Shaytards.
Right.
And they're pretty.
You guys might have heard of them.
They're kind of a big deal. But no, we started watching them, and I was just like, man, that's so cool. They're a family, and the wife and the husband are fun. And I was like, we had just been married like 9 months, and I was like, we're fun. Let's film our life. And it just started out just putting up videos, and no one really watched. And then people started to watch, and then it was like, wow, there's like 500 subscribers. What does that mean? 500 people? And then it just keeps growing, and it's crazy. So yeah, now we're here just making more videos.
Because even our very first video, I say like, who's gonna watch this? Because I really didn't think anyone would watch them. I'm like, why would anyone watch our lives?
Yeah.
Right. And so, I mean, what have you guys kind of like taken away from the experience of like putting your lives up there? Like, is it kind of scary, or do you enjoy
I don't know.
it?
What do you think?
I would say a mixture of things. Number one, I didn't realize what an impact we could have on people. I was kind of like, oh, we're just doing these fun videos, and we've gotten a lot of comments from people that were like, this really brightens our day. Your kids make my day. Like, I'm having a bad time because my dad died or my mom died, and I'm like, wow, if we could do that for someone, like that's awesome. Just by like showing our lives, as silly as they are, and I don't really think we're that interesting, but if we can make someone happy, like that's awesome.
We're only as interesting as I edit us.
Yeah.
But no, like I would agree. Like that's something that for us, we're having fun. We try to make it entertaining, and obviously, like I think of us as entertainers,
Right.
But that seeing, our main goal is just to make people happy. So when we put up a video and someone's like, I was having a terrible week and this video made me happy, or even things like people will tweet us and I'll just be like, they're like, I love your videos, and I'm like, thanks, and they're like, oh my goodness, you tweeted me. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's a tweet. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Right.
but it like makes their day, and so it's so easy for us to do on our end. But as long as we're making people happy,
it's the community aspect of it that's
Yeah.
really cool, and we've also made a lot of friends through it, which has been awesome. Well, it's something I never thought, like, oh yeah, we can meet people that are like serious friends now
Yeah.
from the internet.
I mean, this weekend we're hanging out with our friends who live in Alabama, and they're like some of our really good friends. And this is the second time we've ever met them.
I didn't even think about that.
Like,
yeah,
but they're
that's
like really
crazy.
good friends. We Skype and we FaceTime them and text them and tweet them all the time. So it's cool that people that don't even live around us, we're like really good friends with just because they make videos and we make videos. So
Right, and so you have that natural connection and bond.
yeah.
And then, what type of like YouTubers do you guys like to watch, and do you draw inspiration from?
We differ a little bit because you like more the comedy aspect. I love vloggers. Of course, I like the beauty world too. Because I'm a girl, you know.
Yeah, I love the video.
But I like watching other families too, because it's the same thing like with us. Like, it's cool to watch other people and see what they're doing and like see how their lives are. I don't know what that is about, like watching other people's families. It sounds kind of stalkerish, but it's like, well, it's interesting.
But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that's like since the beginning of time, people have been interested in stories and like learning about people's lives. And I mean,
nowadays, you know, there's so many people that are having great success on YouTube. I think a lot of people come in, they just think, oh, there's like thousands of people that are doing this. I obviously can do it. But it's so hard and saturated now, it's hard to do that. So definitely,
a lot of time.
Yeah, it takes tons of time and patience. So definitely don't come in expecting to blow up overnight. You got to be really consistent. Like, having a schedule is huge.
really, okay.
Yeah, because, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, they'll be like, oh, Thursday is so-and-so's day.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows that they upload on Thursdays, you know, so you keep your schedule. Obviously, you got to engage your viewers, and yeah, just be yourself at the end of the day.
And like what you're doing, like don't pick a genre. Like, if you're not into doing beauty videos, when I had my own channel like before the channel I have now, and I tried to do beauty, and I'm not a beauty person. Like, that's not makeup and all that's not my thing. And so I would just say stick with your genre that you're good at. If you like vlogging, vlog. If you're very introverted and you don't like to talk to people and you don't like doing that, then maybe pick a different genre.
But that's like a good example, because like you love watching beauty videos,
yeah,
but you don't
but I'm
really
not
even
good
like you don't care that
Yeah,
much
I
about
don't
makeup
care
and
about
all
it
that
enough.
stuff. It's like, so
Yeah.
just because you like watching something doesn't mean you should do it.
Good.
So just find out what is actually best for you and what you actually are passionate about, and
And
then
then do that.
And then we keep asking everyone also, what do you feel like you guys have done sort of to like help elevate your channel and make it successful? I love that he's listening. It's very intense. What do you think?
What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, having kids helps.
He's like, well, when I was
Thank you.
born, everyone really liked it, so.
Aw.
I mean, one thing that I'm really big on is, you know, one thing that I'm really proud of is I feel like our audience is really engaged with what we're doing, and I feel like that's because I really go out of my way to make sure I like engage them. Like, if they comment, I want to comment back as much as I can, or if they tweet me, I want to let them know I'm seeing that and favorite it or retweet it or respond or whatever. So like, if you do that, you start building up really engaged people, and they just spread. And they spread your name and spread your word, and you just start bringing in more people and just kind of grow that way.
Yeah.
And collabing, because we've had a lot of people say, I found your video through this person, or I found your video because I saw you with this person.
Totally.
That really helped.
Collaboration is definitely number one, but
Yeah.
also just when you're doing your own
Engaged.
stuff, if you engage your audience, because a lot of people just think, oh, it's all about me, I'm making the videos, but you're making the videos for someone, so make sure you acknowledge them. You know?
For me, I didn't realize how much work was involved. And I don't even do all the work. He does most of it. But I didn't realize, being a full-time YouTuber, you kind of hear about that and you're like, oh, wow, that's, sounds kind of easy, but it's a lot of work. It really is.
That's definitely one thing that a lot of people assume, especially with vlogs, they're like, oh, you just vlog your life every day, like, what's the big deal? Well, you gotta, like, find time to film, you gotta edit it, which takes a while, you gotta also go and market your videos if you want to keep growing, like, you gotta share it all over social, and then you gotta reach out to blogs, and you gotta make connections, and you gotta go to mixers to meet that one person who introduces you to that one YouTuber, and they have tons of subscribers, and then they do a collab with you, and then you get more, you know what I mean? Like, it just goes on and on, so, yeah.
So it's just a process.
It's a process.
Like a journey.
You gotta just hustle,
to go.
basically.
Okay.
You gotta hustle.
I love that. I think that's a great place to end it. That's really good advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate
this is
it.
so interesting. You guys are so cool.